So we call it Beijing Folk Cultural Museum, and that's my favorite because everything displayed in that place you can touch and you can play, and it bring me some old memories. Okay, let's go. We can see here there's an old scholar tree, and this scholar tree there's a red label on it. That means this tree was protected by the local Beijing government. This is over 300 years old in the Qing dynasty. We call them antique trees. Here's an old courtyard. This courtyard house, we call it the quadrangle, is a typical residence in Beijing or northern China, or even in South China. You can find some courtyard house. We call them quadrangle. So here is a grand stone, and this is in the old day we used it to grind the grain. And here's a smaller one. So this courtyard house is preserved, and this is our heritage. And this is the door, and you can see here there's two lines, and we call them threshold pillow, because this two rectangular stone is used to fix the threshold. So the threshold in China, and it symbolizes it's important because it doesn't matter you go to a local residence or you go to a temple, do not step on the threshold. You always cross over the threshold, because if you step on the threshold, it means disrespectful to the honor. Yeah. So from here we can see there's some old furniture. All this stuff was donated by the local people. So you can see here it's carved with the pattern of a gourd. Because gourd in China is pronounced "hulu," it sounds like a fulu, happiness and illuminment. So that is a good wish. And this is the old table. And here's some old handmade copper hardware. And this side is a table. Normally we use it to display, they will put a clock or a vase on it. Or sometimes they use it to put offerings during some festival and ceremony to worship the ancestors. And here you can see this is our traditional Chinese wooden architecture. This is the frame. Okay, let's go inside. Still have a temperature test. And normally this is a screen wall. Screen wall is used to protect the privacy of the family. And normally in the quadrangle, the door was on the southeast corner, because that place, according to the feng shui, is a good spot for the door. And here, this Chinese character is Fu, happiness. So this is early morning, and the museum just opened. And in this small courtyard, that's the main room. That's the north room. Okay, let's go inside. Okay, So here, this is all the address of the local people when their old house was torn down, and that's their old address because they all moved to apartment, and that's the local zip code. So here we can see this is a bell, and that is used for the camel. Because in the old day, in the west of Beijing, there's a coal mine, and the people would ride the camel and mules and the horse and carry the coal and charcoal all the way from the mountain area to downtown Beijing. So this is used for the camel. So on the old road, if people hear the sound of the bell, they will know and the camel's coming. And also this one. And this is a shop. It's called a Xiangyang store. Xiangyang means facing sun. And according to this name, you can see this is a style of the 1950s and 60s because in those days, China is learned from Soviet Union. It's a planned economy. Everything was what is called a portion. Yeah. So the Chinese traditional architecture on this part of the roof, we used to use the paper. You can see this is broken, and that's the paper. Before the glass was imported from Europe, about 200, 300 years ago, we all use this paper to glue on the frame of the window. This is the way we keep our house warm in the winter. But later, when the glass imported, but glass is very expensive those days. Even in the emperor's palace in the Forbidden City, the emperor only could use the bottom part of the window to make a glass window, but the rest still use the paper. So that's later become our tradition. So you find that the bottom part is a glass, the top part is still use the paper. Okay, let's go inside the store. So this is a typical store. And here's the counter, and this is a Chinese abacus. We learned them when I was in the primary school. This one is on the bottom part. Each bead similar as a 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the top part each one similar as 5. We have some words help us to remember, but I will try. 一上一，二上二，三下五去二。Okay, I don't remember. And some clocks. And you can see the thermal over there. That's the old day. That's the Shanghai, the bond of Shanghai. And here's some old advertising poster. And that one is the lotus powder. That means this is grocery. Some ginger powder and used for cooking. And that's fruit. Here's a different kind of wine. I mean, those days it's only Chinese wine. You could not find the imported stuff. Common people. This is vinegar and soy sauce. And here is the cigarette. We call it 红双喜, double happiness. And some other cigarette and cakes. And here is all the clocks. So clocks was imported from Europe by the missionaries about 500 years ago, bring to China. And at first, they wanted preaching in China. So first, they sent the clocks as a gift to the emperor. But the emperor interested in the clock, but they don't care about the God. So today in Forbidden City, you can still find over 3,000 clocks there. Some was made in England, in London, a place called Cheapside, and some from Switzerland and other European country. Here's the old telephone. Yeah, I still remember. My age, I can remember that. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Bring my childhood. Okay. Oh, this is beautiful. You can see the cupboard inlaid with the porcelain. Beautiful. Okay. So normally in the quadrangle, the north room was used for the parents or grandparents because in China was located on North Atmosphere. In North, we can enjoy more sunshine, so it's good for the elder people. And you can see this frame. We call it ice crack frame because just like the crack of the ice in the winter. And the south part, the room, normally was used by the servant because it's closer to the door, or sometimes the guest visit the family. They could stay there like a guest house. Okay, let's go to another courtyard. Okay, here we can find there's a stage. So in the old day, for big family, rich people, and they build a big house and quadrangles, and also there's a stage, just like in the emperor's palace or the prince's palace. There's always a theater there. So today maybe there's some rehearsal. I found the lines. So those people they are retired, so they have some time to for social and entertainment. Wow. So, but this is our heritage. We need someone to know the tradition and a skill, so our culture can survive. Okay, well, maybe I'll come back later when there's a show. And we can see here, this is the backstage of the theater. And it's beautiful color painting. Mm. Okay, outside you see all surrounded by apartment. So this house Korango was survived just for our memory. Right here, we call them stone lock. It's just like a lock, just carved of stone. In the old day, um, the people, I mean the warriors, soldiers, they would use them like a weight to practice. This is all the grand stone. And on this side, this is all the doors. And like this one, we all write some good wishes on the door. And also that's the all the teaching for our future generation. This is a good virtue of the Chinese people. Okay, this part is some stone carving. You can see this one is another uh, threshold pillow. And this is the tile we used on the roof. Very ornate. Wow, here's an old bicycle. Well, here is a stone carved of a turtle, and his name is BC. He's one of 9 sons of the dragon. So Chinese people believe that dragon have 9 sons. He is one of them because he loved to carry the heavy load. So we use them to carry a tablet. You see, like this one here. I don't know if this is the original pair, but you can see on the bottom, this is where we write our history for memory. You see, this part is to put on the back of the turtle. So you will see them in the normally in tombs. And here is one piece. But lots of those tablets were destroyed during the Cultural Revolution because they want to destroy everything old. And this one, we call it 华表. It's octagonal shaped, like an obelisk. So on the Tiananmen Square, you'll see a much bigger one carved with the pattern of a dragon. So that's the turtle BC. Okay, let's go to another courtyard. Oh, here's the big pot we use it to keep water, because in the old day we don't have running water. So every family we have a one pottery, big pot for water, and this is for wine, for alcohol. Okay. Oh, it's very peaceful. Okay, so right here is another courtyard, and if people go in from that place, and here is the screen wall. So screen wall is very important in the traditional Chinese architecture. Chinese people believe the evil spirit will come out at night, and when they go into your house, and because they don't know how to turn, they bump to the screen wall and they will go back. So screen wall is not only for privacy of the family, but also is for our superstitions. And you can see here, behind the screen wall on the courtyard, there's a let's see, so roof. So in summer, it's very hot. So people would set up a tent so they can keep them cool in the summer. And here is a rickshaw. This is the old one. So the rickshaw is from Japan. In the 1900 or 1920s in Beijing, there's like this taxi. A lot of people make a living on these rickshaws. I remember when Beijing, when they first have the, how can I say that? It's a trail. Yeah, the trail. And because it's cheaper than the rickshaw, so the rickshaw workers, that they have like a boycott of the trolley. Okay, let's go inside. Oh, it's okay. Turn on light. If it's opened, that means it's okay, even it's messy. That's the old table mirror. We used to put those mirrors on the table. And here, those squared container of this part. Those one is we used to collect the grain from the farmers. So China is an agricultural country. The government would collect tax from the farmers, and that's the container, like a measurement. And this board have a character on it that is 双喜, double happiness. That is used for wedding. That means in the old day, when there's a wedding ceremony, there's a procession, and the people would hold those board as in the procession. Well, this one should be a stand for cooking, like some wonton dumpling. You can see this is a very ornate carving. I mean, this is not for common people. This is for the rich people in the old day. And they even have one machine for movie. Fireman's helmet. And here's some tools used for carpenter. Some of them was even older than me, and some is beyond my knowledge. And this is a camera case, a field camera made in Shanghai. The brand is called Seagull. I remember when I was little, my father had a Seagull camera, but I just lost it. And this is porcelain, and that is the double happiness. So this is like a dory for wedding. Those are not, those are authentic. I mean, they are antiques, but not very valuable because they are not very old. Wow, this one I know. In one documentary I saw, this is a horn used in front. They blow them in front of the procession of the wedding. Yeah, but today people don't know how to use them. And here is a warrior that was made of glazed that is, he is a Wei Tuo. Normally, he was put into a Buddhism temple. Oh, here is some weapons and cooking knife. Okay, I'll go outside. Okay. And on the top of the plaque is called Hongqi Zhaoxiangguan, Red Flag Studio, because those days was like during the Cultural Revolution, so everything was have to be right. This one should be for the studio. I don't know if it's like developed the film. This is for a kid. The white pagoda, we call it Beihai Park. That was just beside the Forbidden City. And here is a old barber shop. I can still remember when I was a kid, sit on the chair and have my hair cut. That's all the old stuff. The thermals. Wow. Yo-yo. Old toy, hacky sack. It's a little bit messy. Oh, a sewing machine. Yeah. Okay, let's go out. Here, there's a one broken. This one is really special. Today, we won't see them very often. This is we used to make a Chinese popcorn. There's always one explosion in the end, so we can get our popcorn. So this is a Chinese popcorn machine. Okay, let's go inside. Oh, I like the tranquil. So here is some the ways, and also can use to be as a headstand. Wow, this one. So this is a traditional headstand. In the old day, the people would put the head on it, but you can see this is a bat. Because bat in China is pronounced fu, and happiness is also pronounced fu. So we use the bat to symbolize happiness in China, and you see it a lot in the palace. Here's a different kind, and this is for the bridegroom head. Okay, and this one is very special. This is tiny leather shoes, and that was after the, how can you say, 18th century, when the missionaries come to China and they tell Chinese people what is uncivilized. So because the Chinese people, the Han people, they bound their feet, and that was a tradition for over 1,000 years old, and they will teach us to set your foot free, don't bind the feet. And I still remember my grandmother she had called liberated feet, because when she was a little girl, her feet was bound, but later, and people don't do it again, and so her feet was a little bit twisted. And this one, you can see, this is a leather shoes for a bound feet. So this is a part of, this is a proof of our history and tradition. And this one here is a cooler. Would not call it a refrigerator. It's just a cooler. And this is like a Chinese copper coin. And you can see inside. Wow. Okay. Inside, just a layer of a tin. So in the summer, people in Beijing and rich people, they would buy some ice and put the ice in the cooler and put some yogurt or fruit, watermelon, peach, whatever, and inside to cool the fruit so they can have some like cold dessert. But ice is very expensive in summer. Okay, and this is the stand chair used for wedding ceremony. That means during the wedding ceremony, the bride would sit inside this small room, and she will sit over there. Yeah, and people would carry her all the way to her husband's family. And this is okay to sit a girl. So here is some music instrument. Oh, here's another cooler. Yeah, and also you can see on the bottom there's a hole. That's when the ice melt and the water will go down from there. And this is the roof. And this is a broken drum. Wow, we have a radio. Not a very valuable stuff. And you can see here. This is the old carving of some old traditional Chinese story. Okay. And this is our old stove. I still remember. I know how to set up a fire in this kind of stove because I did it when I was young. And this one is a Chinese hawthorn. We call it tanghulu. That was made of the fruit hawthorn and the sugar coated. It's really, really sweet and sour, and this is good for your stomach. It's very popular candy in Beijing, even today. And this is the for the blacksmiths. Okay, let's go to this room. Oh, I was here before. Okay, let's go to another courtyard. So you can see this kind of brick carving, and that's the peony flower. Peony flower in China symbolizes fortune. Okay. So this is okay. Today I'm in a museum called the Beijing Folk Cultural Museum. That's the only museum on the display you can touch it. Okay, maybe we just go back to the stage to see if they have the rehearsal for the line dance. So sometimes we also have a problem of how to balance, keep the balance between the protection of the old residents or cultural heritage, and sometimes we can how to, I would not say commercialized, but how can you make them to survive during this kind of society? So here you can see there's an old foundation of a house. That's the entrance. Because of a big family, they have several entrances. Okay. Okay, let's go inside. Okay. Well, in this room, they displayed, and here is the hat or crown of the bride and the bridegroom. Those also look like the Chinese opera, but that's the old day when Chinese people get married, they would dress up like this. And here is the red candle for their first night. And this one is I'm not sure if it's silver, but it's a Mandarin duck. Mandarin duck. Mandarin duck in China symbolizes love. And here's a crane. Crane in China symbolizes longevity, long life. And here is an old wedding bed. I mean, in the old day, the big family, rich family, and especially in South China, they would use this kind of a bed. In North China, we use the brick bed because South China is more humid. People need the bed up so they can keep away from the moisture. And here is all the roof. Okay, let's go to another room. So here is like a bar, old bar in China, traditional bar. So that is it is used to make a wine. If you want to buy wine, this is like the measurement. And some that was made of tin. And also we have a different kind of alcohol. I will not say wine. We use sorghum and grain, rice to make Chinese alcohol. Some of them are very strong. Some of them, it's okay. 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 Here is a pawn shop. Right now it's become a coffee shop. Let's go in. 你好，哦，可以拍一下吗？啊，好的。Okay, so here is a traditional Chinese pawn shop. This is so funny because you can find that the counter is very high. The reason is because the those people in the pawn shop they always take advantage of you, like the bank. If you need money, they don't give you money. It's a rainy day, it's a sunny day, they give you an umbrella. So when you have something valuable, you want to get the money, and they give you a really low price, maybe 10% of the real value. So the people are very angry. They try to slap on the owner or the staff. So they have the fence to protect them, and the counter is very high, and so you cannot attack them when you are furious. Okay, let's go inside. And this is we call the tricolor. I mean, this is not an original. And you can see this is the counter. Wow. So if you stand here on the high stand counter, you can always take advantage of anyone if they need money. So that's the old wardrobe. So this is called a 三义档, 3 good pawn shop. They are always good. Okay. So right now it's become a coffee shop. So this is original. Beautiful. Not lacquered, but beautiful carved. 谢谢. Okay, let's go this way. Thank you for coming to my live streaming in China. Thank you. So that door we call it a moon gate, like a full moon. It's normally used in the garden. Okay, so here is a private room. So I mean, this place could be converted to a restaurant. Yeah. Okay, let's go in. Oh, and here you can see all those drawers. They are the traditional Chinese pharmacy. So all those drawers are all different kind of Chinese herbal medicine. So you can see here, they were all preserved inside. Some of them are animal parts, some of them are herbs. So when I got a throat problem a few days ago, I went to a supermarket. I want to get some Chinese lozenges, Chinese lozenges, because that was made of Chinese herbal medicine. But in that supermarket, I could not find it. But I find a British brand called Jake Mann's. I just gave it a try. It turned out it's really good. It's not for Chinese people. I always think Chinese herbal medicine is bad because they have a less side effect to your body. But when I tried the British one, oh, it's not bad. They use the eucalyptus. Yeah, it's okay. It's also herbal. Yeah. But today, Chinese people, we don't use Chinese herbal medicine very often because today is very high speed. Everybody have a pressure, especially young people. So when we have a problem, especially older people, we decide to tend to see a Western doctor. I mean, not a foreigner, but Chinese Western doctor. Yeah. So, but we have a bigger and bigger problem. So Chinese herbal medicine is not really give you cure. It's just prevent your health become deteriorating. But today, I'll tell you a real story. And okay, I can see here. Okay. My grandfather is my mother's uncle. He is a traditional Chinese doctor, and for his whole life, and he retired about 10 years ago. And his son's father-in-law got a big problem. I'm not cancer, but it's a very rare disease. He went to the every best hospital in Beijing, cannot solve the problem. So later, my uncle said, "How about my father? Give it a try, give it a shot." So my grandfather and visited him a couple of times. I give some prescription of traditional Chinese medicine, and it worked. It worked. So even for us today, Chinese people, if the Western doctor doesn't work, we decide to give the Chinese doctor a last shot. I mean, some people say the Chinese medicine is a kind of superstitious, but it's our knowledge, and for thousands of years, I would say at least 5,000 years, when Chinese people started to wander around in nature and find different kind of herbs and try which one's good for your health, which one's not good. So this is really, really valuable. I mean, some even foreigners, they tried Chinese herbal medicine, traditional Chinese medicine like acupuncture or reflex allergy. That works because Chinese people believe 天人合一, the people and the heaven and merged. So that's really good. But today, everybody's in a hurry. They don't have time for the Chinese doctor. Okay. 你好. So here, this one is they used to grind the Chinese herbal. And that's the weight. Okay. Okay. Let's go to another room. Thank you. Okay. In this room, this is typically a bedroom in northern China. And this one, we call it the kang, the brick bed. I remember once a kid, even my grandfather's family have this. And this is a pit. We call it lukeng, and we will set up a fire underneath the bed, and so the bed was very, very warm or even hot in the cold winter. But sometimes when it's too hot, and you have some problem, it's like some we call it 上火, inner heat in your body, because you absorbed too much heat from the bed. So your body is like you're cooked. You have problem. I remember I have some disease problem when it's too hot. Yeah, but today, oh, I'll tell you a funny story. Last time I came here, a young boy came in. He said, "Oh, that's a tatami." I said, "This is not tatami. This is typically Beijing brick bed. We call it kang." So young people, I don't blame them because they never see the kang before. Yeah, you sit on it. This is really nice. But today, we all moved to the apartment and no more brick bed again. And here is they decorated, we call it the 4 seasons, 春夏秋冬 the 4 seasons. And these are even in the Forbidden City, the emperor used the same structure. I mean, they used this frame to separate the room. Okay, let's go. Oh, yeah. This one in the old day in the tea house. Even today in Beijing, you don't see them very often. But if you go to Sichuan and in their tea house, you can still see people serve tea with this dragon to you. Today, Chinese people, I mean young people, they don't really drink tea very much. They drink coffee. Starbucks and Costa and even Peet's coffee everywhere in Beijing or even maybe more in Shanghai. I mean, normally I don't drink coffee. It's only when I have to, I mean, stay late or something. But mostly I drink tea. Yeah, I mean it's good for your health. It's really good. I feel I lose weight. Or just don't eat outside and cook yourself. That's good for you. Okay. Oh, you can see on the roof that was not all the tiles, because in Beijing, in the west of Beijing, and we have the mountains. On the mountain, there's some stone that was the word called plate. Yeah, just a thin piece of the stone. I think the word is plate. Yeah, we use them as a tile. So you can see on the roof, it's some tiles and some is a stone plate, and that's the in west of Beijing. Typically, we use them to make the roof of our house. And here is the line. Okay, let's go back. I mean, today Chinese people, even our President Xi, he emphasized the so-called 文化自信, cultural confidence. That means the Chinese people, you're being a Chinese, you should be confident about your culture. I think I am the one to do that. But sometimes we not overconfidence. I mean, that means ego. So sometimes we have to learn from others, and we will. It's so funny. Outside McDonald's, is this called cultural invasion or Hollywood or McDonald's? Even our diet changed. I mean, the key is that their diet changed. Because this is one world village. It doesn't matter Panda Express or McDonald's or Pizza Hut. We are all human beings. This is the bathroom. I don't need it right now, so I can go in. Okay, if you have any question, just feel free to ask me. That is typically quadrangle house in the surrounded by apartment. Okay. Oh, this is nice. Yeah. Oh, private room for tea house, and also you can read books here. And so today is really good. I mean, technology makes our life easier. And you can sit on the table and scan the QR code, ring the bell, and order online, and they will bring you drinks here. And this is good. Okay. So this is also a tea house. I mean, fake tea house. Originally, tea house is not like this in Beijing. But this furniture, you can see, even it's not mahogany or hardwood, but you can see the carving, the gold symbolize illumined. It's very, very beautiful. Okay. So today, most of the museum in China, I would say China, is free. You can just book a ticket online. So our lives in, I mean, it's changed, and the quality is getting better. But sometimes we think we lost our soul. That is the root of our culture. Oh, this is nice. You can see this is made of the door. The table is made of the door. Today, most of people move to the apartment, but the really, really rich people or super rich people, they stayed in the courtyard house in downtown Beijing. Okay. I almost streaming for 1 hour. So battery maybe will die later. I will see. Thank you for stay with me for so long because I just started the streaming and not many people interested. It's okay. It's the same. Okay, let's take a look after rehearsal. Oh, I'm really glad that some younger people join them because for heritage, we need younger people. If there are no young people interested in their heritage, the heritage will die for sure. Just a matter of time. So you can see young girls. And, okay. Wow, this is good. This is really good. Okay, I think that's all for today's live streaming. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my channel. Okay, here some old warehouse. Okay, so if you like my live streaming, please subscribe my channel. And right now I don't have a schedule for live streaming, but when I have time, I'll try to introduce more to you about China because after the pandemic, both we know what happened because I still live in China. I cannot say something or criticize about. So you understand me, yeah. But I will try to use my camera to show you more about the real China, not the propaganda, the real people, the real life. Okay, thank you. See you next time. Bye bye.